attention now. Larry, do you have anything you need to go over before?
Just the items funding or renewal for the 3 years. I decided not to pursue anything, trying to get it 3 years. The discount's still a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, in those 3 years, our price will probably go up anyway, so that's really
Doesn't lock in the price necessarily.
sort of, kind of. But if we go 1,000 calls through there, so not worth it. Oh, no.
Do you have anything you need to talk about before?
We're done already?
Let's go.
We'll put that new housing thing up. Paul Yoder sold the property on the east side of the medical building up there. And, I remember about a year ago, that company that built the 55 and over there in LaGrange was looking for land here. They bought that land. I'm not sure what that's gonna go in there. They were talking about that. They also talked about some single family housing, or a combination of both. So, but I'm just letting you know that property's sold now, and there's gonna be a development going in there if you guys approve it eventually. So.
Oh, I thought it was going already. They
No.
had dug the road and everything.
No, that was for,
The other side.
that's the other side. That's on the west side.
Oh, I got you. I see where I'm at now. That was over there.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right.
But those are single
Homes.
and this new
And I'm
one-
not sure that they haven't shown what they're gonna do. That's what they talked about last time, but the deal fell through. And now they bought it, so.
Were they looking at buying that land the first time, or were they looking somewhere else?
No, they were looking to try and buy it. They couldn't come to a price.
Gotcha.
And they got, Paul just called me today, so they closed, they sold it and everything, and they're done, so. So I'm just waiting. She sent me an email with some questions. She asked about a tax abatement. I said, you're probably not gonna get one, so you can ask, but it probably ain't gonna happen. And a couple of minor questions, but nothing major, and I answered them, and so I'm just waiting for them to hear back. So,
Shouldn't be long. I think our AMC's getting ready to do stuff.
they're already,
Found out this week that they're ready for them.
yeah, so
Shouldn't be long.
I just haven't seen the exact plans what it's gonna be, if it's gonna be like what they have there in LaGrange, next to McDonald's, or is it gonna be something different, I don't know.
Good.
So, it's just more housing.
Well, we need it.
And there's already hookups there?
Well, they'll be able to hook off Country Lane, the
Okay.
water and sewer and that down through there, so they'll have to put all that in themselves, so. The guy's been out patching all the holes, they were out today working on them, so got a lot of them, but, I talked to Todd about working on community crossing grants for the next round we put in for, so he's working on that. And, construction update, the, West Middlebury lift station's, pretty much done except for the pad for the aerator and that. They started working on the one down at 5 and 20, they're digging that up, they're gonna be laying some pipe out here at the parking lot for the soccer fields, either Friday or Saturday, and they'll get that in ground out there on, next Monday or Tuesday. They'll be laying out there just to keep it there out of the way for now, so. They're moving along with the lift stations, so little by little. And the only thing else I had is you got 3, pay apps for the wastewater plant. They were getting ready to pour cement out there at the wastewater plant, and everything, got the big holes dug and stuff in, getting all set up to do that, so. And we got people bringing in, their yard waste and everything too. We got the gates open, so they're kind of going in and out of there all the time now
Filling up
too.
the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dump your waste here.
it's gonna be tight back there, because that curve, they really got the trailer and everything, and, you can't get 2 cars
So
around
we
there.
talked about closing that down.
We gotta keep it open, because the construction guys they're using that for a construction line, because they can't go in the heavy trucks can't go in the one way because of the low sewer line. So they go in the other way, they got stuff over top of it, so they can get over top of it, so they made the gate wider back there where their range was. It's not there now, right now, but so But yeah, I
We
can't,
still have a place to dump our yard waste.
Yeah. I can't close the gate because they use it all the time, so,
Yeah.
and that's the, we have to really, I told the guys to watch, if you see somebody back there dumping stuff they shouldn't be dumping, let me know. But I'm just concerned we're gonna get some crap back there we don't need,
I hope not.
so that's all I got. Oh, IT's got something.
I have my conflict of interest form
Okay.
for
I'm gonna put you on here.
even the last.
Well, I'm gonna put you right under the park department.
We moved up.
He's moving up.
No, just, no, I'm still, not, I don't want this to sound like anyway critical. Still need the exhibit A for the one annexation, and I need the, state, stuff that Casey gave him authority and directed him to apply for the other. So I am on hold on all the annexations right now.
Waiting on stuff from Casey.
Yeah.
From Casey, okay.
He's on vacation too, so he won't be here tonight.
And I'm not anxious for it, I'm not doing anything right
Yeah.
yet, because I'm waiting, so. I need exhibit A legal, and I need to get an answer on.
Cool.
Yeah, I will tell you this though, if you got time for it, we had an interesting dilemma. Is it okay, do you have time for this?
Okay, Tim.
So, I got all the paperwork ready I was gonna present to you tonight to give us authority to put the notice to sell the water tower property and the resolution to pass to authorize that whole process. All done. And I got a call from the auditor and basically saying, hey, there's something wrong with our petition to vacate. So I went over there and talked, and long story short is, the petition to vacate that we did, vacated the right of way, there's nothing wrong with it. We did. It appears that either the county GIS is wrong, which they're trying to investigate, or Casey's legal description is wrong. And until we get an answer from the county, we shouldn't do this, because what is the issue? The issue is the county believes that 15 feet of the right of way to the east is not in the town of Shipshewana, it's in the county, which would require the commissioners to vacate, not the town. So if that's true, we may have to go to the commissioners and ask them to vacate that last 15 feet, or I don't know. When you look at the map that Casey drew and gave us, it says it's in the town. The county GIS shows 15 feet in the county. I believe that the county's GIS is wrong, and that was my directive to
Should
Chair.
be closer to my
Everything
parents'
around it
house.
is in town.
That's closer to my parents' house to
It's-
this.
It's right here.
So,
This is in the county,
yeah,
There it is, right there.
and there's the line right here.
so either our line's wrong or the county's line's wrong. I believe the county's line is wrong, but until we get it resolved and they're working on it, I don't think you should pass this to sell yet. So you can have it, but I would recommend you wait. Give
Okay.
me a couple
When did
weeks.
we get that? That.
I had to take the stuff you ripped up.
Okay, well, so that was underneath it?
That was underneath
Okay,
it.
okay.
It's not 100% correct. You
Okay.
put the new one over top of it, but you kept ripping it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the area.
Okay.
So I don't have an answer other than something is wrong. Either county GIS is wrong, which is what I hope is the answer, or if they're right, then Casey's legal is 15 feet wrong, which means that we'll have to take that 15. We'll either have to take it and get the commissioners to vacate that 15, or we ignore it and we sell it subject to that 15 feet, because they can't get to it because we vacated everything up to it.
Wasn't that 15 feet Chubb's property?
It is, but the right of way is,
Oh,
that's the piece, yeah.
So the county would have a 15-foot right of way by 15 foot?
Which goes to nowhere.
It doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't.
No, that's why I think it's wrong.
I think it
It's
is.
gotta be a GIS mistake.
I think it's more likely than not that it is. But we've asked them to go back and check their records, and Jerry Nuremberger is supposedly wrong. I thought I'd have it resolved before I got here today. Obviously, I prepared all the documents to do it, and I don't have an answer, so we'll get an answer.
We don't ever do anything easy here.
Nope. I mean, I had everything done, ready to go, and then I got this phone. We don't think 15 foot of that is in the town. I think it's,
Oh my gosh.
that's all.
Okay, well, I
I
have,
will follow up.
I have 10 minutes, so, Ted, you wanna talk about, or I'll talk about, we talked about the, police department executive coordinator's wages at the last meeting and, bringing her wages up to meet Melissa's, and that needs, a wage and salary ordinance, correct?
Yeah.
So that, is that you?
Well, it can be. It's up to Tad. If he can
Or
do
is
it
that
without
you?
us, fine, but if not, it's ultimately you to pass it.
Yeah,
But
I would-
somebody needs to draft
I'm
it.
not the one that's gonna draft it, don't trust me.
No, it's okay.
I have it already, so I'll just make the change and give it, that he drafts the ordinance and I have the, appendix or whatever you wanna call it. exhibit.
So,
Okay. We just need authority in the meeting to do it.
so we're waiting another 2 weeks.
I mean, unless you're gonna do it and take the risk that you're retroactive and done it before, and is it 100% by the book? No. What's the risk? You get written up. So that's up to you.
I would get written up if there was a problem, but it's how we did the last time. I don't have an issue with it. If you don't,
So, then the
You can do
other,
it.
you could do it retroactive. You could give it to her today or whatever and pass it at the next council meeting.
the other thing we need help with from Tad and maybe you is, our sixth position with the police department.
Well, and going back to her, it'd probably be good for you to do it tonight, especially with Tim and I.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. Sixth position for the PD was, in the budget numbers to begin with, and somehow at the end, it's not there. So, we found out when, Nick and Brandon were doing an interview and we're looking at hiring. So, that needs, what was the suggestion on that?
So we're actually creating a new position because the old position was a rank, and that's how we budgeted it. So we have A, B, and C for deputies. We would actually be adding D, so it'd be a fourth deputy position. So
Because you have the marshal.
right, yeah, and so I was thinking if we want to do it right away, we could just transfer the money from somewhere else. But when I talked to FSG, he said that would they would kind of view that as still kind of skirting the system on how they want us to do an additional appropriations ordinance that the state does. So there's a whole new protocol on it that came out yesterday. It's supposed to be faster. We think I didn't read it all yet. It's like 120 pages. We think after we do it, you publicize it on the state's website, not necessarily in the paper anymore. And then 10 days after that, you can hold a hearing because it's an additional appropriations. And then after the hearing's closed, you can adopt the ordinance. So I would think we could do it at the next meeting. So then we'd only be
so
2
it's
weeks.
in the budget somewhere.
No,
No,
That's the problem.
It's not.
the lieutenant's position Carlos was going to take out, so we didn't fund it. And then what's the new sergeant was the new position, but with everything that went on, it didn't get funded either because there was switched from Carlos to I started with Carlos, and then with everything that went on, we didn't fund the sergeant position, probably because we didn't have a sergeant at the time. But I didn't know I didn't know the planning they had, so essentially it doesn't matter anyway because we have to add a new position to the budget line item, and that's what it would be, a new deputy position. So it's just reappropriating new money,
So
and
you
they
need a
said there's
motion
plenty.
Authorizing additional appropriation.
Right.
And to create this, new position in the wage and salary, which we can do with the Heidi thing.
Yep.
Do that at the same time, right?
Yeah, we created at the same time.
And I don't know if you want this or not, but I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in on the new, reimbursement procedure. It requires a pre-hire notice, and it requires a reimbursement agreement signed at the time, prior to hiring. So I don't know if you're gonna do that or not. I don't know if this new officer needs trained or not. But if you want reimbursed if this new officer leaves, the only way you can do it now is there's a specific, and I gave all this to probably Carlos, but I will have to produce it for Nick. There's a whole new protocol. You can't just have them sign a document. They have to be given notice, so many days have to pass. And then once that's passed, they can sign the reimbursement agreement, and then they go work privately, or if they go work publicly, the entity that steals them has to pay you back. But you gotta put all that in place before you hire them if you wanna do that. If you wanna do it. If you don't care and you're not sending this person to school, then it doesn't matter.
I think you should do it.
I
I
think
care.
we care. I think I care. Okay.
So between
We
that
care.
and like the psych eval or whatever, the pre, you might
Yeah, we
be
can
right
do it
on
now.
time.
Okay,
That's fine with us.
No, just,
totally.
Poland's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second hours.
You do that? Oh, okay, well then they've already got all the documents. They know what-
So I know what
Okay.
it's like 3 different documents
Yep.
that he's gotta sign to.
Okay.
and one's given to him.
I didn't know you did that already.
Yeah, Tony
Okay.
took care of it.
Yeah.
And
So
But you gotta do it. If you don't do it in the right order, you blew it. So.
So essentially, we funded 5 positions. We usually always have 6. So we're creating a new position just because it's not a rank, and we have to refund it. So we're just gonna fill out a thing, tell them, hey, we know our budget's been approved. We want this much money to fund this new position, and they will say yes because according to, like I talked to FSG, they really just look at how much money you have in the bank, how much money you spend. We have plenty to do it. It's not going to be an issue.
And that's, I talked to Tad earlier, I think it was last night, we talked, and, just to be clear, we have some ownership in this missing line item too. I just assumed, and I didn't check before we passed everyone, and, that's a good
Refresher.
lesson for me and hopefully for you guys too. And like I told Nick, maybe that's the type of document we need to get to department heads too, so we have more eyes on it before we all vote aye and move on.
I usually send it to department heads, but
I know.
they were a unicorn
It was
this
a
year.
thing.
I don't think I got it to Nick because I'd already given it to Carlos
Yeah.
when they worked through whatever they
No,
were.
I didn't-
Yeah. So
I mean, I think Nick actually had to present the budget.
I was there that, like,
Yeah.
2 days after.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like
and knew, like,
yeah.
nothing.
threw
And the
him under the
9th
bus with it, so, you
You
did
gotta learn
great,
somehow.
for, like,
Yeah, I learned somehow.
you did learn the hard way, but I just telling you guys that, so, like, we don't all point fingers there, because it's an
Yeah.
equal opportunity sharing experience on this one. We should have checked and we didn't.
Can I go back to ask a question about what you were saying?
Yeah,
Is there something that we need to approve tonight, or you were just informing us?
I'm just informing
Okay,
you
okay.
that if you want to, I didn't know if this new person was gonna already come in trained or.
Okay.
Sounds like it's coming in, we're gonna be training them, sounds like we're following the same protocol.
Okay.
Yes, it's new. If you wanna get reimbursed, you gotta give them the pre-hire notice, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
How new is it?
That's July last year.
Yeah, July of last year.
Yeah. New, kind of, I mean, that's pretty new, though, because it's not even a year, but, yeah, we've already used the process, and you already know what it is, so I would just say get Tony or me, either one of us, all the information, who, what, where, and when, and we'll get it plugged in and get it to you. If you want to secure your rights to be reimbursed, so.
So when, and if we make a motion to move ahead it would be to increase salary
Yeah,
and to authorize additional appropriation for a new position.
and to enter into the reimbursement agreement.
Entering, okay.
Would that all be congruent?
You can do it all at the same.
Well,
It's all
my
conditional.
question, I mean, two of us won't be here the next meeting, and if Tim abstains, if it's all combined,
Will we have 3 people here?
you'll have three.
With Tim.
We will, but Tim will be here.
And abstentions and a no, right?
Yeah.
So that's not a
And
vote.
you can't vote on it. That's one item that's not votable on by,
Proctor
yeah.
Remote.
remote.
And why, because why do we have to vote on it next week? Or next Monday meeting?
Ordinance isn't prepared yet.
Isn't prepared, and, yeah,
You're
okay.
just authorizing.
Isn't it really not any different as far as liability for me if you do it at the next meeting or the next
2
meeting?
meetings later, no, it doesn't matter. You're still on the hook
It's
for
still the same.
violating internal controls and all that. What you're doing, just. so
That's
you're
why if
aware.
you approve it at a
If he
meeting,
gives a check to raise now, there's no ordinance that says that, so he's essentially misappropriating
Okay.
funds.
Can we wait until there's an ordinance and then make the pay?
Retroactive.
Retroactive
Absolutely, and then
backwards.
the person gets a bigger check.
Okay,
I don't know how that works practically, but legally, it's fine.
so at the next one, we would do wage and salary ordinance with a new position. And then the following would be the increase.
Because you're thinking Tim will be able to approve the new position, but we don't want to,
Yes,
so we're doing
yeah.
2.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Okay, that's a good
okay, I
idea.
like that.
Just remind me when you tell me what we're doing.
Good point, Nick.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought.
I mean, we just got a lot of moving parts.
That's why we keep them around.
Mm-hmm.
One time,
There's always one time.
Screaming.
Little
person.
guy.
Just one.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be in Never Neverland. So,
You
Ben,
get there.
I'm gonna need a link to get it, come in virtually for next April meeting. Okay, that's fine.
Everybody's going away but us.
And we can all go away if you want, it's your meeting.
I'm going away for a couple of days, but it won't be during a meeting. It's too hard to do during a meeting.
So, that's fine, we'll do 2 separate ones, just remind me of that. It's in my brain, I'm thinking we're doing them all together.
What is that Motorola special? Maintenance contract.
Their cameras. Their monthly subscription fee for the police cameras.
That's monthly, is
I'm sorry.
2,300?
Their annual subscription
Okay, that's
for their police cameras. It has to do, it does all the maintenance and it's all got that leaves.
Is it in their carb? Is there anything to do with their carb?
Just those
battery? Or
I think it's just what they carry.
Yeah.
So like if they break one, I think they replace it.
Okay,
And then.
it's not bad.
It was really expensive to start with, but yeah, yearly is not too bad.
snowball.
There was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Got a clock somewhere. Who's gonna pray? No, it's not you. We'd ask Tim to do the pledge, but he's not here, so how about Lyle?
Yeah, can do that.
Thank you.
All right, let's pray. Lord, I just, I thank you for the change in seasons. I thank you for the sun that you have brought us today. I ask that our discussion would be filled with wisdom, that we would make decisions that are wise for our town, for the people that live here, and thank you for the opportunity to serve. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make a motion to accept the agenda with flexibility.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nope. Now we-
Turn those mics on. Oh, geez, my bad. All right. Taking it from the top, annexation, we are on hold, waiting for engineering.
Yep. A moment.
Okay.
Petitions are drafted.
Park board discussion, are we going there again?
You guys need to decide what you want to do with the park board and turn it into a committee.
We were gonna get some information on that, I think. What
Yeah.
were we waiting on?
Kirk was gonna do something
That was?
like what Fremont did, or explain.
Yeah, I mean, they did. They just eliminated their park board and came up with an informal committee. They put people on it that were interested in parks that not necessarily were residents of the town, and they meet on a regular basis. They report to the town, and the town makes the financial decisions because they don't have any ability to spend money or apply for grants, and they love it.
Was one of the discussions the food and beverage tax?
Yes, that was what it
That's,
was.
that was it.
Yes.
What's that?
We have food and beverage tax that we collect that is allocated towards park. Does it make a difference if it's a board or a committee?
No.
Okay,
The only thing that matters is if you're getting grant money or tax money from the park as a park. So if that's not what you're talking about, it doesn't matter. However, it doesn't hurt to ask Charlie or Greg, since they do your financial work, but I can't imagine there's any funding issue with going from a park board to a committee. The
okay.
biggest funding issue will be not being able to get
Yeah, I don't
grants.
think it's for the park board, I think it's for the parks.
It's for the
The park is
parks.
for
Yeah,
the
well, I
parks.
think so too. Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's board or committee.
Yeah, I don't think it matters either, but
I don't either, but it
But,
would be worth
yeah.
asking the question.
Do you want to ask that, or do you want me to, like,
I
do
made
you
a
need
note.
one more thing to do?
I gotta ask him something anyway, so I'll just put it on my list.
Okay.
So you're asking them if it makes a difference if it's a board or a committee?
Right, for tax funding with food and
Like-
beverage.
And that was the only thing we were waiting on to keep
I
moving
feel like
forward, right?
like
I
we
know
just talked about
I
this
know.
last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, all right. I'll take care of that then.
All right. Easy peasy. Do you want to do wage and salary ordinance stuff now?
Yeah, sure, it's up to you.
So, two things, let's do them separately. One, we have a PD executive coordinator that we want to change a wage on, and that's going to take a new wage and salary ordinance. Anything else it needs? Is that all?
No, I think just for the record, it's gonna need a new wage and salary ordinance, it's gonna need pre-hire notice and the reimbursement process and procedure, and it's going to need the additional appropriation.
Okay, specify.
We're just talking about the executive coordinator.
Just the
first.
executive coordinator first.
Oh, were we, which?
Just the raise.
Heidi.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
That's okay.
I'm thinking police and I'm.
You're on it though.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hold that thought.
Forget what I said.
Was there a percentage we talked about or dollar amount we talked about?
Raising her up to the other person in the front office. So that they're equal. I can't give you a number, Lyle. I'm sorry.
Okay. That was my,
I can't.
That
I
was
just
my
don't
question.
usually
That was,
say it.
yeah.
okay, that's fine.
That was the discussion last, you were here last time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I hadn't heard the number last time either on what it was per hour.
Yeah.
Increase.
Per hour, okay. Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
Yep, it's cool.
All right. So, that needs a motion.
And effective when? Retroactive to, or now, or in the future?
That was the discussion, is can we pass that and then
What do you want retroactive to?
when it's passed, make the wages
Retroactive.
retroactive,
So we just need a motion to,
which would have,
Authorize me to work with Kurt to draft the wage and salary ordinance retroactive to the date that Nick is gonna give her the increase.
so moved.
there we go.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Does everyone understand that motion? That was a hot mess.
Tough one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
I started.
Thank you for muddling through that with me. I appreciate it. Now let's get a little deeper in the mud puddles. We have a sixth position for the police department that we had in our budget to begin with, and somehow with all of the stuff that was going on, we dropped it. So we need to refund that position for 2026.
Reestablish.
we're gonna reestablish we're gonna have a new position. Not an additional officer per se, not a number 7, but the 6th position is gonna be, a new position, and that will be position D. We're gonna have an additional appropriation for that position. We're creating the new position, and it needs a wage and salary ordinance. And what else did you say?
Just the pre-hire reimbursement procedure and protocol.
There, all of that.
All right. I authorize Tad to work with Kurt's office to make additional appropriations for the new position for the police department and wage and salary, and then enter into the reimbursement agreement.
Perfect.
I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Just, I should have asked before, it's not gonna matter, but that position isn't retroactive to anything.
No, it
because-
is
okay,
not.
Okay.
Not hired yet. Moving on to the fun stuff. Townwide garage sales.
8th and 9th, May 8th and 9th. And the countywide or the townwide cleanup is 15th and 16th of May.
Where are we gonna do that this year?
We're looking at doing it out here by the parking lot by the dog park. To set up the bins out there so we can drive through and drop off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because otherwise,
Yeah.
we can't do it back
You
there.
can't do it back there, no.
We're gonna do it out here.
And what is the cleanup? What do they drop off? Anything.
Rubbish, trash, you know.
No tires, no paint. There's
Yeah,
there's a
some stuff.
limit.
I'll have a list when we get,
Free on.
Right.
we'll have a list here shortly when I get how many sort of sends me
Almost
the
anything.
stuff. We did it 2 years ago. We do it every 2 years.
And you can pay for
Yeah.
certain items.
Some things, yeah,
Yeah.
that cost us money, you can charge. Like TVs, I think were,
Yeah.
say it's $10 or something,
Yeah.
but you don't have to take them to actually. It'll be-
It's a nice way to wrap up after the townwide garage sales for things that people have left over, and keep the town neat and tidy.
Those are
Question.
the dates.
On the town-wide cleanup, I've had about 3 people in the last year ask if we're gonna do any shredding. Do we do shredding? Some places do shredding. And I just said I would ask.
Well, Farmers State Bank,
That's what I told everybody. I said the banks usually do it.
and it's usually in LaGrange.
Mhm.
So I don't know if there's.
And when I said something to Terry, like he said, we would have to pay for it.
I was gonna say,
So-
is there a
It would
fee
cost- it would
involved?
cost the town because we have a bin in there for us.
It's about $50 every time they do it.
Yeah, I know Farmers does it because I've taken stuff there.
Yeah.
Right.
I said I would ask the last couple people, so I asked.
I mean, I like the idea, but
Because, like Terry said, what if somebody comes and you got a whole truckload? And I said, well, I would think you'd have to do it.
there's a
first come, first
limit.
served.
Farmers has a limit, like of how many boxes you can
Yeah.
bring, but and what size box. Like you
Yeah,
can't
the
show
thing
up with a
about-
refrigerator box times
I can
20.
get a firm price if you want. If you think you want to do it, just let me know because
I'd be interested in what a price is.
Yeah.
we can ask the company that brings our bins to us and see what they would let us.
The other thing is maybe they'd set a truck here and they'd be like,
Yeah.
if they're going to be here, they'll discount
I
it
mean,
for 2 hours.
plus
and if you
Farmers
bring
wants
it,
to
you pay
partner
it.
with us.
Hmm.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many ordinances is that
No,
gonna take?
I don't
Okay.
think it- I think it's a motion, yeah. Why-
All right.
Yeah, I would say reach out to
Shredder people.
see what they charge. What rather.
I mean, it's nice to have it closer. I get less paper every year, but
Just got to bring a water bill, right? To prove you're a resident.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, be a resident. Gotta prove it.
Nick, come on up.
So I am here to promote Brandon. Get her, Brandon. The sergeant. He has been by my side for the last 6 months of fun times we've had. Just the two of us for,
He looked at all. He said he did.
yeah. So I wanted to, it's been fun. So I wanted to promote Brandon the sergeant. He deserves it. He's been a godsend, helped me with a lot of things, and trying to get this police department back to where it was before, and we're getting there. We're just gotta get fully staffed. So it just says, in recognition of your exceptional service and dedication to the citizens of Township Shipshewana, the plaque is the acknowledgement of your promotion to the rank of sergeant, Shipshewana Police Department. Today's date, March of 26. So thank you. You've been amazing. I appreciate it.
Picture.
Picture.
You want those, Greg Ritter?
All right.
In the back up. Awesome. Thank you.
Get over here and shake our hand, Brandon.
I got the box for you. I got the box.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
I skipped you, Terry.
Sorry.
Thanks, Brandon.
Skip before.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That's all you have? Okay, see if you can top that, Myron. That was under 2 minutes.
That's not much. Got another new guy hired, Caden.
Honestly.
Is that what it is?
He is. He's a great guy.
He is on a wheelchair. So as funny as that may seem, he's on How. I've seen him on fire scenes and stuff, and he's a smart guy. Like, he knows when to show up, when not to show up. I spoke with How's chief, and he had good things to say about him. He lives here in town, so we decided, we can always use another person for the big stuff, and we put him on. So he's already got all of his certifications, and he doesn't need boots, so that saves us a little bit of money. So, or he didn't want boots. We offered him. He didn't want boots. Yeah, I'm excited. He seems like a really good addition to.
And just his story too. He's in a wheelchair because he was in need of some assistance.
Yes.
So in a bad accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was on the fire department before the
Was he?
accident.
Yeah.
When was it?
So kind of giving back.
9 years ago?
Was it that long ago? Do you know?
Yeah, maybe.
8 or no? Sorry,
Around
7 or 8
20.
years. I'm not exactly
I
sure.
guess 6-ish,
Yeah,
5 or 6,
21, 20.
20 or 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's been on Hal for 9 years. That's where I got that from. So never mind after that. So, yeah, excited to have him there. At about 10 o'clock on the 6th, we were called for a fuel tank on fire. That's all we got. So we get going and going there. We're trying to get more information, and finally dispatch is like, they think that there's a shed on fire too. Okay. Is the shed close to another shed? Anyway, we get there and the diesel is on fire, the shed is on fire, and the barn is on fire. So that was nice. Crews got there 9 minutes, and it was north of 120 on 675, almost to 750 north. So it was way up
Wow.
there. So luckily, I think a lot of people were still awake because we got out there in good time. They were able to get the bulk of the fire put out behind the barn without fully involving the barn. They did end up tearing the barn down because it was just damaged beyond thing, and they had some zoning things going there with their business. They had to move the horses away anyway, so it looked like a good time for them to just move it. So they ended up tearing the whole barn down, but everything inside of it they were able to save. So good job on the guys that were out there. I was in Topeka when we got the call, so I made my way up there and got out there, but they did most of the heavy lifting. So we have a really good group of guys up there. It's been extremely, they're good. Everybody steps up and steps in. I'm really proud of them. So if you see any of the guys, tell them that they're doing a good job. Meeting tables from last meeting are there and set up. Our new pagers that we got, I thought they were going to be here by now, but they're still in Columbia City for us to go pick up. But they should be here soon. County's got theirs ordered.
Yeah, well, I signed the paperwork, so they should be ordered. they'll just program and get them ready to get to put out here, so.
So hopefully, because I think we have 0 pagers left if one of ours stops working.
Ooh.
And we have a bunch of older ones that just work.
So it could happen.
It could, yeah, so hopefully we get those soon and get all that taken care of. Only asking for one thing, and that is approval for the 3-year contract for the IM responding at approximately $806.55 a year. And that is rated, or they base that on the number of incidents that we have going through IM responding. So I don't foresee it going like, I mean, if the calls go crazy, then obviously that's gonna change too, but I would hope they would give me time to come back, like say next year, like, oh, hey, we're gonna be way over. Give me time. I would hope they would give me time to come back and say, hey, it's gonna be this. But, so I'm not exactly sure how all that works, but maybe they honor their 3-year contract too, I guess. I'm 100% sure.
When do they bill us? Every year?
I believe it's every year, yeah, from what I was seeing. It's a yearly. Like they'll bill now for this year and then again for next year, is my understanding. So looking for approval for that 3-year contract.
Is there any problem with that? Yeah. Since they changed, like, it affects everything. Or is it a Microsoft exemption? Because
Well,
that's the way
that's-
it's, that's the only way they're gonna
If
do
it's
it.
industry standard and he wants to sign an affidavit to that effect, that that's how everybody does it, gets paid up front, we can get him an affidavit, you can do it that
Because, I mean, that's how they do it.
I guess I didn't get into the weeds that
Yeah.
far with them. But I believe we pay before we get to use it.
Okay.
Or if we don't pay it, they won't let us use it. That's what we have. So,
Well, we've had it for quite some time.
But the new law just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just got this,
Essentially
it's
new.
ridiculous, yeah.
yeah, I can sign the.
All right, so
affidavit.
I'll have Myra sign
Sign
one
stuff
that
out.
basically says it's industry standard for,
I am responding. IAM responding.
Cause that's an app.
Yes, correct, yeah.
got it.
Everybody's got
So
access
it's a
to
license
it,
fee.
basically, yeah.
Mhm.
It looks like that, and then we get all of our, like it records all the calls that we can listen to, and then we also get a brief description of what we're going and where we're going.
Wow.
And if we wanna know where we're going, we can just hit the maps button, and then it'll, we can actually navigate from here, just with a couple buttons from the information from dispatch.
Oh.
And we use it to track our gear, and like we can message everybody at the same time off of this app, and they all get it.
They use it all the time.
Yeah, it's like our third wheel, essentially. There's a lot of information to get on there. And I'm working on getting this to communicate with our reporting system, where if we get in the truck, we'll hit that we're responding. There's a tab there for it. And then when we get back, all those times come into there and it's all done. Because currently, like, I'll have to put in every single time of every single truck for everyone that goes. Like, if we roll 6 trucks, you have to put 6 times in when they left, when they got there, when they started coming back, and when they got back, for all however many. So hopefully, yeah, this can aid in the paperwork.
So if we make a motion on this, does that have to say?
Just say subject to the affidavit.
Subject to
Myra,
the
that
affidavit.
It's industry standard to have the 100% advance pay. And we'll get that to you. I have all the information because he sent me the contract ahead of time. It was a 5-year at one time, but considering.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they got that.
That's okay. I'm fine with it. We'll get what Dad needs to feel comfortable.
Okay, Matt, I'd make a motion to approve that contract, subject to the affidavit, for the contract of 3 years at $806.55 per year.
I second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you.
It's you, Bennett. It's you.
Okay, all I have is my conflict of interest form that I need to submit to have signed by Chris. I make laser, I use a laser to make goods, and I do 3D printing as well. Sometimes I sell those goods to the town. So I just need to have this approved and signed, and I can submit it to Gateway and to the auditor. So that way I can do those things.
Clerk, county clerk.
Oh, the clerk.
I make a motion to approve the conflict of interest disclosure as presented. And do I need to have Chris?
Perfect.
Okay, Chris sign.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Done deal. Easy enough. Thanks. And Terry, it's you.
Okay, first thing I have is new housing development. Bennett, you want to put it up on the screen for me? Paul Yoder showed some property to the east of the medical clinic out here off of Country Lane. This was in progress about a year or so ago. They didn't get the property sold. Now the property's sold, and now they're going to be putting some type of housing in there. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be senior living, 55 and over, or single family dwellings. I haven't seen any of the plans yet. It's just in the beginning stages right now, but it is going to go in there. As long as you guys approve everything, because they did buy the property. So I answered a few questions for them. They sent me an email on, and just waiting for them to get back to me. Any questions on that?
What do you need from us? Nothing yet?
Nothing yet. Once I get the design and everything, I'll bring it to you guys to approve, since it's gonna be something that, some of the neighbors, I don't know, they may not like having housing back behind them, even though it's all for development in there. You may get some complaints about it, I don't know, but I figured I'd bring that one, 'cause that way you guys know what's gonna go in there and everything, and we'll go from there. The other thing I have is construction update. Lift stations are getting completed. The one on West Middlebury was done. They got to put a cement pad out there yet for the aerator for the tanks out there. They're working on the one at 5 and 20 on the southeast corner there. They're working on that one right now. The one in front of Yoder's, they're waiting on the cement pad to be poured there also. Just waiting for the weather to break to put an aerator there also to help keep the stuff moving and not getting that toxic stuff in there that corrodes all our wires and stuff. But they're moving along. The weather's helped a little bit. It's been nice. Out at the wastewater plant, a lot more going on out there. They're getting ready to pour cement out there. If they haven't started today, they were supposed to start that sometime this week, I thought, on a couple of the structures out there. So it's if you get a chance, if you want to go out there, just let me know. I can take you out there. If you want to go out there your own during the day, that's fine. Just don't fall in the holes. There's some deep holes out there right now. So, but it's going to get busier as the weather breaks, that's for sure. The only thing I have is there's 3 payhaps for Roger Yoder for the work out there. I don't have those.
I'm presenting those.
Well, I don't know.
I have them ready to be signed.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, payap 1 is for application 8 is $965,132.55. Work allowance number 1 is for the SCADA irrigation Middlebury Electric, $471,341. And last one's for work out there. Allowance number 2 is $29,710.29. That's for process equipment, dewatering valves out there at the wastewater plant.
and I'll verify the numbers Casey had on the whatever it's called. What was it called?
It's 8. 8 was the question I wasn't sure about.
Yep, number 8.
I think so.
Did I read it right where a lot of things went down in price? What they thought it was gonna be?
You know, I don't know. I'm kind of curious too, how the pricings are, but
On the work allowance part,
Yeah.
decreased. Yeah. So the one allowance is being decreased, and the second one's being decreased by that amount.
See what you're seeing? Oh, okay. Yeah, Casey would have a better answer than I would for that.
And then each one of these needs separate motions.
You can do them all at once.
Do I need a total on that or just as presented?
Either way.
Okay. You guys okay with that? I'd make a motion to our Yoder for the pay applications as presented.
Is that all you need, Ted?
Yeah.
Okay, I second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the payouts as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed?
That's all I have, unless you guys have some questions for me.
We'll keep it simple tonight. Unless you want to talk about your trip yesterday.
Oh, down to see the Lieutenant Governor. It was a kind of interesting, talk with him down there. Townships is the biggest, issue right now in the state. Is the new bill or the new law that's going into effect that Kurt's been looking at it for the county side, because the county commissioners have to decide what townships are going to be eliminated and how they're going to be combined, and that's going to be done in the next 3 years. So you won't see, we got like the 10, 11 townships in the
11 we counted.
11 in the county.
I think so.
It's going to be reduced quite a bit. And it could be down to 3 townships, could be down to 2 townships. We don't know. There's a system that they're going to go by, a point system, and that. So it has to be done by 2028 because they have to be the ones that are left be up for election in 2029.
Can someone explain the townships, or is that for separate?
What the townships do, they don't do plates anymore because we don't sell buggy plates anymore for the county. The townships handle poor relief, they take care of the cemeteries, and they do fire contracts for fire services. That's the 3 things they do.
What was the first one?
Poor relief. If somebody needs help, assistance, money-wise, they can go and talk to them, and they may give it to them, they may not. It just depends on their situation.
If
That's-
they don't, if they deny it, they appeal to the commission.
Yeah. So, but
Commissioners get
that's,
to decide.
but that's essentially what township trustees do. And then, there's, they all have 3-person committees,
And they all get paid?
they all get paid. There was one that was making 60-some thousand as a township trustee. Some get benefits, some get perf, it just depends on the boards and that, so.
You ran for the wrong board,
Yeah.
Lyle.
Some
So
get
that's-
rent, some family work for them and also get paid.
So that's why the state's looking into it, because they just feel that they had 2 bills. One bill was eliminate township trustees altogether. That didn't make it. This one was kind of lesser for the 2, where they're going to push it back on the county commissioners to decide what townships are going to stay and which ones are going to go. And it's like I said, it's a point system and everything, so it's going to be.
Does it put more money back to the state or the counties? Or
No, the money still comes here, but depending on how the
Just
county
who
does it.
controls dispersing it.
Yeah, it could be if the county wouldn't say, okay, we're having 0 townships, all that would go through the auditor. And the fire departments, I think, would be better off because that money would come directly from the county to the fire departments. Instead of going through township trustees, they may say, we're not gonna pay for this, but, there'll be a lot of money given to the fire departments. And that's the other thing you talk about too, is fire districts.
Because I talked to Charlie today, he said that fire districts would be much more beneficial than a fire territory, especially because of the funding, because the county could create the lit tax that's still available for firefighting,
Right.
and you could funnel it through.
Now, the taxes for firefighting and EMS, and that,
Sorry, guys.
police are out, so, for lit tax, but.
Redheaded stepchildren.
So there's some changes coming in that, and it was just interesting talking to them down there. there was one place down there that the data center got put in, and they built that county a full-time fire department and funded it because they wanted a full-time fire department responding to the fires or any issues there at the data center. $30 million they spent for one county.
What could you do with 30 million?
Yeah. Buy a couple of
One or two.
So, like I said, there's changes coming. I mean, and they talk about the Senate Bill 1, that's a constant change.
Just changing
It
all
keeps
the
changing
time.
all the time, and it probably won't until it gets to where the end point is, where who knows what's going to be like.
Did
So,
you find out from the townships if they have their score sheets yet?
when I talked to them down there, they said that hasn't been given out to them yet.
Okay.
DLGF is supposed to be handling all that. And right now, as far as I know, and I mentioned, asked them down there, and they said the lieutenant, I think somebody down said they haven't even seen the
I wonder if
score
that'll
sheet
be
yet.
uploaded
Their score
on Gateway.
formula is done.
Yeah, the score formula's done. You get points for,
Yeah,
I mean, the more points you get, the worse it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like golf.
I did I did
You
hear
don't
that.
Go
Oh,
on
that's
points.
You want a zero. You want a
Yes.
zero.
And there's I
got a
read
4, you're in
through it,
trouble.
what Kurt sent us, and it's a lot. And the commissioners have to start talking about it in August, I believe. But the next couple of years is going to be really interesting for the commissioners going forward, what they're going to have to do. I won't be there.
He go.
To be here.
Sissy.
I'll be here, but I won't be there.
We
So.
need to hire him as a consultant.
No. It was a good talk. I mean, it's interesting to see buggy horses was a big topic too for some of the counties. And Davies County was down there. I told them what was going on up here with our plates and everything, and they thought, well, that's pretty good. So, and there was it's one of them's going to be contacting the auditor about that certain thing, how much money, how it's some other stuff and that. But yeah, it's interesting. But we're known for the buggies.
You're innovators, that's for sure.
What do you got, Ted?
Claims totaling $49,740.91.
Woohoo.
I'd make a motion to accept the claims as presented.
A motion and a second to accept the claims as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Gave you I just passed around a utility billing adjustments that Sally gave me. She has 4 of them. So I'll just go through all of them at once, and then if you want to approve all of them, you can, or some of them, or none of them, whatever. So number 1, this lady goes to Florida, and Sally said it was her mistake. She reported she's going to Florida. She asked us to shut her water off, but she was being billed the minimum because Sally forgot to shut it off in AccuFund. So those are 2 charges that don't exist essentially. So she was asking to be able to delete those essentially because they aren't for any service. They were for 0. Number 2. Okay. Buckle up, I guess.
Okay, wait, can we just vote
Yeah.
on number 1?
Sure.
Move that on.
Yeah.
If number 2 is going to be tough.
I would make a motion to accept number 1 and the claims for that adjustment. Do I need to mention the adjustment amount? For that adjustment amount.
That works.
A second.
I have a motion and a second on number 1 to adjust that out. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? All right.
Okay, number 2.
Now make it ugly.
These people go to Florida every year. They were upset that they were charged while they were in Florida, but they didn't actually have us shut anything off. One day when she was making her bill, Sally does remember her saying, have a good time, we're heading off to Florida, and she's like, oh great. But Sally hasn't been here 23, 24, 25. She doesn't
Mhm.
know. So we require them to tell us to shut it off. We actually are drafting a form because we want them to sign a form that tells us to do it. So essentially they're upset. They don't want to pay for their January, February, and March charges, which total $170.40, because they were in Florida and they wanted it shut off. So they're asking to have those refunded. That's part one. Part two, she wanted Sally to audit her account, and so she did. And Sally found out that in 23, they paid while they were in Florida. In 24, they never contacted the town to turn their services back on. So while they were in Florida, they were off. While they were back, they only paid stormwater. So in 25, in May, it was turned back on. And so they owe us $401.61 based off of the usages that they found.
How did they use it if it wasn't turned on?
No, I'm saying they didn't turn it back. They didn't, whoever who was doing billing didn't turn it back on in
Oh,
billing,
in billing.
but we turned the water back on. So they weren't not charged for 401.61. And they don't know, I don't think they know that. I don't know if they do or not. I didn't have time to really go through.
Tough when you demand an audit and it doesn't come out your way.
Right, because the last person that demanded an audit, there was an $1,800 additional charge. So Sally wants to know, she wants authorization to bill them based on that amount. And also, if you want to authorize the reduction for the 3 months they were in Florida. Because they assumed when they said they were going to Florida, we just knew. Because they do it every year. But
Not the case.
right, I mean, we can't know everybody like that.
So
All 700
But they
accounts.
had a year they didn't shut it off and they paid.
Correct. So you guys get to make the hard decision.
and there could be a bunch of he said, she said, with no documentation.
Problem. I mean, as far as saying, "Oh, we told you."
Yeah.
Problem. But they didn't. They didn't ask for us to shut their water off. They just nonchalantly mentioned one day they were going to Florida. So the lady had said she assumed that was.
So with this new form that you're drafting, that would specifically address that issue.
Yeah, we want someone to sign something that says shut it off. We're going away, because some people will tell them and they don't want to shut it off because they don't want anything to freeze or they don't want anything to. So it depends on the person. Some
So
people.
water is actually turned off, or it's
At the
not just
road.
billing that's turned off.
No, the only way we will turn off billing, excuse me, is if it's shut off at the road. There's one property that's unique and we only have one water shut off, but it's
Do you
2
not,
homes.
when they do that, do you not bill anything?
We only build storm water.
But, so, which, by the way, seems weird to me, it's available. Sort of like, RMC goes by my house with electricity, and I'm connected to it, even though I don't use it, I don't get the whatever charge, I still have the capital charge associated with having it available to me. Same with sewer district, goes by my house, I gotta pay so much to have it available. The pipes are available, the people are available, the infrastructure is available, and we just don't make them pay?
Is there a fee for the meter?
The way it's always been done that I've seen,
I'm not
and
saying it's
we've
wrong, it's just.
and that
wrong.
we've adopted it to that we're still doing it.
Sure.
If they go away for seasonal, we will shut the water off at the main, and they do not receive a water or a wastewater charge until they turn it back on.
Do we charge to disconnect and reconnect?
No, because we have that in our short list for the new ordinance. We want to charge them because Matt and Jackson are doing it a lot more than all. They also would like to look at doing some type of a service call charge because they are going out on nonsense daily and it is taking a lot of their time.
Remember what our ordinance is, but does it say that they can request and we can turn it off and not bill for anything? Or we just,
I could read it
Well, I
again.
mean,
One of those that's always
It's
been
More,
done
it's
that way.
more of a
right?
rhetorical question.
It's been done for 47 years,
Yeah.
so we just
Okay.
continue doing it.
Okay.
So,
When's the last time the word's been updated?
oh, it's just recently been
Yeah.
updated, but I can't
We
tell
did
you
the
without
water.
reading
But
it.
for that particular part, I
That
don't know.
probably not.
Yeah.
And for discussion, well, water wouldn't be available to them
It's
if we shut it
available.
off,
Pipes there,
right?
infrastructure's there.
I don't know. I'm happy
Your
to do it
plant still
different if
has
you
to
want to
treat
decide.
it.
If you don't want to do it and we don't have to worry about
So
it, that's cool
this-
too.
Top number with the adjustment for January, February, March. Is that water and wastewater?
Yes. Yes. The only thing that ends up staying on is stormwater.
What's the minimum if they don't use?
Probably that.
51.95.
It's the absolute minimum that they would pay.
Mm-hmm. So like January and February, there was possibly some usage.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like there was possibly some usage that happened. Or there was a leaky pipe or something, or
Well, that's probably less than 100 gallons for the month. Could be 10, 20 gallons. It could be recycling of a water softener or something too. But there is some usage if it's greater than 51.95. Because the first one is 51.95 and those are zeros.
I mean, in my opinion, if we do it for them, I mean, how many people could come in here and say, "Hey, we went to Florida and
Everybody.
we didn't." Yeah,
And then you got no
yeah,
revenue.
yeah.
And then
I mean, my grandma
odds
could do
go
that.
bad.
You know, my grandma could say, "Hey, I was in Florida in January, February, and March," and
I told a lady.
Whitney knew.
told
You
you.
know,
I
like
told
Yeah.
her. 'Cause
Oh,
we
yeah.
have-
what do we do?
we have that before. It's like, well, I told one of the ladies.
Yeah.
Which one? Because neither one of these two ladies have any idea what you're talking about.
I hate
I
to
don't
be
know.
that person, but I also am like,
Yeah.
it's, and I mean, I guess in my opinion, I would like authorization for you to bill what was unbilled, and I don't want to
Don't
pay
want to
the-
write the
yeah,
other one
I
off.
don't want to adjust the other. And just for the sake of discussion, I'd like to at least, like, I don't know, Kurt, to your point, can we charge at least, like, if you do shut it off, if it's still available, can we charge $20?
Yeah,
You know what I
something.
mean? Like a flat rate of if you have it shut off at the main, we still,
I would think, and I don't know what our ordinance says
Mhm.
specific to that, and it would, if it's not in there, we might require an amendment, but
Mhm.
I know I have a bare lot next to me that charges $33 because the sewer is available. I'm not connected to it, so I don't pay the $89 to be
Mhm.
connected, which
See,
is what the house is.
that's interesting because we have lots and lots like that only pay stormwater. And if we had, if that was
I know a
something,
lot of communities charge vacant lot charges. They're less,
Mhm.
significantly less, maybe 2/3 less, but the pipe goes past the lot, it's available to.
that could significantly change the rates once we have the plant up and we can show we're doing it cheaper and we're like, oh, we also have this additional revenue.
So I'd like to see something with a minimum, like a charge. I'd like to see possibly a service fee and a shut off and
Nothing
turn
else,
on
a
fee.
capital. Some sort of thing. Capital is committed to the property owner, whether they're home or not, because if everybody just left, they would pay the bill.
Mhm,
It's a illogical extreme, but
mhm.
Because we have capital charges that are part of the minimums. They're not broke out separately.
and the capital charge assumes you're not paying anything for the usage, right?
The capital charge, yeah, is just for,
The availability.
Yeah,
upkeep of the
infrastructure,
infrastructure.
people,
So even when it's turned off, it should still be the capital charge. Would,
because if they want it turned on,
mhm,
it's gotta be available. Can't just go build and put a line in.
So,
It's silly.
yeah, because so if a property didn't have a connection, but it ran in front of it, that would still apply.
Well, that's a question. I don't know. That'd be more for you than me, but you could make it apply. I mean, it goes right by my lot at the lake, and $79. And I'm happy to do it because if I ever want it,
Right.
theory,
You know, I said I had a list of things to talk to FSG about.
yeah, that's a,
The only thing I would be willing to do on this would be the removal of the March one, like if I was to really get technical. Otherwise, I think I'm agreeing.
Why about March? Why
Because
March?
it looks like nothing is used. 50-95 is the minimum.
I guess my concern is too, is we're only, I mean, when did this come in?
When did it come in?
Like, when did she,
We're only on March.
Yeah, we're only on
15th or
March.
23rd or 5th.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she just did it through now. Yeah. Because they're receiving the bill in Florida and they're upset about it. I think that he did a meter read today, actually, just so she could do this, because we're not doing meter reads until Monday.
So do we even need a motion on this? Or we just leave it set?
I don't, if you're not,
I feel like we do if we're,
I technically need a motion to authorize the new bill, the billing amount, because I can only authorize $50, whether it's up or down. So if you are in agreement to bill them the ones that she found in the audit that need to be
did
billed.
she ask to have it turned off? Like, until April or April 10th?
For that year?
Well, she said, it says they're returning
Yeah,
410, so
410.
from now until, has she asked for it to be turned off?
She said that she told him it should have been turned off.
But she hasn't asked to turn it off.
Correct. And then the 401, that would be, yeah, for the previous year once they knew it came back. The billing didn't, they need to be rebilled.
thank you for bringing it to our attention. By the way,
make a motion.
here's your bill.
All right, I make a motion to authorize billing to bill the total unbilled from 2023, 24, and 25, I believe.
It's just 25, I think.
Okay,
It's that
just
total
25?
8 months.
Yeah.
Sure. 24 rates, 3 minimum. I think it looks like it's 20. Yeah, I think it's 25. So
Okay.
this was turned off in May.
Okay, that total unbilled. Do we need to do anything as far as the adjustment that they're asking for?
I would
deny
say
You
that?
could say to deny.
officially
Okay, and
deny.
to
or-
deny the adjustment.
I would second that motion.
Right. I have a motion. I have a second. Does everyone understand the motion? All in favor?
I
Aye. Opposed? Here we go.
No, just like with all of these, you're gonna reach out and say this is what
Yeah.
town council decided.
Yep.
And how hard is it to come up with a plan moving forward?
That's
We need,
right, right,
we
it's got-
need written
You mean
on my
that
list.
part, I'm sorry.
to shut off, to
That
turn
is
on.
not hard. Just some kind of authorization.
Yeah.
Please shut my water off from blank date to blank date, or indefinite, or whatever you, it's simple. Just some
I'm
kind-
interested in connection and reconnection.
by
for
the
this
actual
too.
customer. So if the name of the bill is in the wife's name and the husband comes in, it doesn't count,
Mhm.
right? I mean,
Right. Yeah,
or if
we've-
both of them are on it, you want, just like any other.
right. I got on my list for our discussion tomorrow. That was
Greg? And maybe he'll say, no, it's a terrible idea. That's fine. It seems odd to me that people can just randomly shut off our,
I mean, it's been, like you
Complete.
said, it's been that way for 40
Yeah.
some years and
never been a problem because it's
Um,
insignificant.
Number 3, this is an AccuFund error. When she transferred the property that was sold into the new ownership, all of these charges were generated incorrectly. It generated the correct charges, and it, in addition, generated $226.66 additional that didn't exist. So we're looking for authorization to remove those charges because they don't exist.
So moved.
a second.
a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Number 4 is the one.
Can
that-
I say something? Going back to number 2 again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just for your discussion with Greg. To me, it seems like if there isn't a base, for lack of a better way to characterize a capital charge for it being available, then the people that are shutting off their water and not paying the base capital charge are being subsidized by the rest of you who are all paying for that, because at some point in time that capital charge has to be absorbed by someone. And if people aren't paying it just because they can call up and say turn it off, the base capital, the ones that are here are going to have to pay for that, right?
That's a good point.
So it seems like an unfair subsidy. Maybe it's minuscule, nobody cares.
But to to that point, we asked if we could do a discount, a $5 discount if somebody signed up for auto pay
Okay.
or e-billing, and he said no, because if you have 10 people do that, somebody has to make up that $5. So at the end of the year, when they do their evaluation, it
Yeah.
could go on everybody else. So that's a
Same kind of
valid
discussion.
point.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
No,
Forget
don't be
this. I gotta
sorry. That
forget
was a
this.
good point.
I don't
That was
think
a
it's
good
worth
point.
dropping. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just REMC is a prime example. I mean, the customer charge, having it available to you, went up.
And it's got a value.
And so another thing, now that we're saying this, our new system, we could set it up so that it breaks those capital charges out. Usually it's, the ordinance says, you know, your minimum is made up of your capital and your usage and this, and then it's calculated under a formula. Well, we break them all out. So if you turn your water off, okay, well, your usage is shut off.
And that's a good point too, because when we first started, 35 years ago, doing these ordinances with rates, we didn't have the technology we have today. We didn't have the ability to separate. We didn't have the ability to distinguish between some of those, among some of those things. And so maybe we do now. I don't know.
Thing is, we're discussing or looking into either one where we charge to disconnect or hook
Yep.
back up, or there's a monthly service fee while you're gone that helps pay
Minimal.
for it.
I just almost feel like both. Like there's a fee to
Well,
connect and
If it takes
disconnect.
manpower that you can't do on your own, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't hate that, but maybe the service charge could potentially
Absorb
cover
it.
that.
Yeah.
But
It
I
could.
think it's worth a discussion. at
$50
least.
turn it on, $50 to turn it off.
And I really think Greg and his staff can help us understand the economics of it. Just doesn't seem right though that somebody, when you take, like Whitney and I sort of went farther with it, you take the illogical extreme that 75 people decide they don't want water for 3 months. Now what?
And then we do have a lot of people that leave though.
Yeah.
We do.
We have a good number that won't shut it off though. They're afraid something will happen. Or somebody called and wanted to know why they were getting, and I said, you never told us to shut it off. And I said, do you want us to shut it off now for the next 2 months? And he said, well, no. How are they watering my plants?
My fear is with only doing the service charge is if we do have a good amount of lots, like that's not gonna cover the availability of those lots that are, that are vacant.
It'll be interesting to see what they come up with. But it seems like we're missing out on a lot of opportunity that maybe the rest of you are subsidized. Possibly.
Good point. Good discussion.
Number 4 is the one that sent us the letter that I gave you guys last time or time before. Sally was able to go through the month of 43,000 plus gallons in the month of about 70,000. That was the leak. The water, we had the water guys verified it was broken outside of the home under the trailer, leaking into the ground right after the meter because it split in the winter. So these adjustments that total 1,747.48 are to adjust to refund the wastewater charge. He still pays for the water, essentially. And so they've been great to work with. He's called a couple times because he wants to make sure he gets paid, whatever it is. So he's just waiting on us.
That's fair.
It's good. Yeah.
So he is still paying for the water.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
technically we treated it and he received it. That's our policy usually.
But didn't it go down?
Do you pay the base rate on the wastewater? Or are you just taking it all off?
I think it's all. That's a good point. It could be all the usage,
Something else to ask Greg,
all the usage, but not
Right. Yeah.
the capital.
but not
That's
the
another
capital.
reason to break the capital charge out.
Really is. And maybe it's all in there, I'm the one that doesn't understand it.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it says it
I
one
don't
way or
think
the
it
other.
is, yeah. And it should be clear and concise.
And now we can do it.
So do you want to set a precedent going forward that, yes, we want to do that, but it only includes the usage?
I feel like that's fair to everybody else that's paying.
Because he would have paid it anyway.
He would have paid the usage anyway, yeah.
The capital, because
Yeah, the
if there's
capital.
no,
Mhm.
there's
Yeah.
no usage, it doesn't charge
Right.
anything.
I mean, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm just 1 out of 5.
So
but-
if we make a motion to approve this adjustment, is it
I would say a motion to approve,
the usage?
yeah, the
Okay.
adjustment of the usage on those consumption
Okay.
numbers.
And then Sally will be able to kind of figure out what that is. Okay. I make a motion to approve the adjustment of the usage. Customer 4.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
The only other thing I have is more of like notice or just info. We're gonna get a letter around to send out in the next week or so to customers just saying, hey, starting in March, we'll have new software, just to say we're gonna have it. We're doing an upgrade, and you look for details on how to sign up for new accounts and all that, just to put it in the forefront of their mind. No real details, because we don't have a lot of the details on it yet.
Do you have a budget for that? Is it the time you spend writing it, the postage? I mean, the reason why I ask, can we do it twice? And if we can do it twice, can we do it 3 times?
Well,
mean,
I
like-
think once we get more info, we'll do it again, and then once it's implemented, we'll do it again.
I mean, you'll put it on the website, might reach a few, but
Right. And social
hopefully,
media.
hopefully the
also.
mail works that week. But
Right.
Yes.
Well, it's not snowing.
And then the only other thing was I would like to ask approval officially, since it goes outside of the norm, to not charge late fees on April's bills, because we have to generate the bills before we can charge late fees. And then when it's time to charge late fees, we won't be able to use the software in April. So we have to wait until March for the new software. So essentially I don't have a way to do it. So I'm just asking for permission
Just waiving all the late fees for that month.
for this month.
Right.
Yeah.
For March.
For April's
Okay.
billing.
so moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I don't have anything else.
Do you have anything else?
I don't, I talked enough.
I just want to talk a little bit more about that art thing. I don't know if we've had any
Oh, yeah.
discussion, but
No, we haven't.
okay, so my kids, ages 10 through, I believe, it's either 18 or 22. I can't remember. But Zach Mago is a 18-year-old kid who was from John Glenn, died of sudden cardiac arrest while he was taking a nap. He was an athlete, extremely involved in everything, and had a enlarged heart that went undetected, that if they would have done a screening, it would have caught it. So it's this foundation that they partner, Zach Mago Foundation now partners with people to do very minimal cost screenings for kids 10 through 18, 22. Anyway, so my kids did it at Northridge. It was $25. They did an ECG and an echocardiogram, and it was very well turned out. I mean, like there was a great amount of people there. But so just something to think about. I had emailed Chris or text Chris and just said this would be really cool to partner the town. I don't know how that could look, but we thought maybe fire department, police department, the town could partner with and get it.
What's the
Right.
organization or the?
It is Zach Mago, ZAC. I don't know if that's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, I could
And-
send
yeah,
it to
here we
him.
go. And I think it's a really easy thing to like, you can sign up for a clinic and then we just have to provide volunteers, I believe. And people can sign up. I know Noble County's
sent it to you, Tab.
Noble County's doing it.
Do they do it on site, like they come
Hmm.
here?
They went to Northridge Middle School,
Yeah.
so we thought, we could use the fire
We
department
could
or
use it
something.
at the fire department or, yeah.
That's awesome.
The wolf thing probably not
Yeah,
big enough.
it-
And you just sponsor it?
And I think we have a fire department and a police department that have both indicated they would like to be involved in more community projects, so.
It's cool. Yeah.
So,
And they recommend, I think Northridge does it every year. I know Fairfield did it. I just know that they recommend a heart screening every 2 years for the kids.
so what did you envision that looking like? You reaching out to them, or
I don't,
Terry, or
Mhm.
fire, or police, or?
I didn't envision anything other than
Okay.
I have the literature like
Yeah.
that we can look into. I know a quick site or a quick view of the website. There's a place where you can just sign up to hold an event,
Mhm.
and then so I don't know if
So I can't send that to everybody. Can you send that link to everybody via email?
I think we would
taught me
just
a
need to
thing or
figure
two.
out when would be a good time for everyone. I think, I know like the summer I feel like would be a great time
Yeah.
to get it like on the
Oh
books
yeah,
that way.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So you wanna have it here at the Wolf Building, is that what you're thinking?
I don't think the wolf. At least what I saw, there were like 8. I would say I don't know, like the tents that are like maybe 15 by 15 or 30 by 30,
Big.
like 8 of them, and then there was a check-in table, and then there were like you got weighed in, blood pressure, everything kind of out in the waiting area, and then they call you into each of the tents, like
So you're better off in the high school parking lot.
that would be good
Maybe,
too.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's tents like you see football players going on and.
Yeah, they're kind of like a shaded, like they're that size. Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe what about back?
The Mac would be a good place too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good idea.
Hmm. Or even like the Blue Gate. I think the event center at the Blue Gate.
Oh yeah.
At the Mech. I
They
think
didn't
that
have
would be
anything
big
going
enough.
on. There'd be
Mhm.
enough space
Yeah.
there too. All right. Well, Tad's gonna send that out to everybody because he wants one more job to do.
I'm doing it now.
He t-
You do it now.
He told me
Get
today,
forward.
he's like, I can't wait. Give me more work. Okay. Do you have anything?
I don't.
Good discussion. You guys are done? Mrs. Worsley, it's good to see you again.
What time is the game Saturday?
Easter.
12:30,
Yes.
12:45. Ish.
12:45 where? Indy?
Cambridge. Mhm.
Where's the pizza?
How was
I
that?
haven't watched one of those since
You gonna
2000.
just go to TV or anything?
Pay-per-view.
The last time we won state was 26 years ago today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it really?
We were there. I remember.
Yeah.
99 and 2000. All right. Well, if
Makes me feel really bad.
we don't have any ordinances or resolutions,
So can I make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
you can.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I know.
Oh.
Trying to